we're going back to Cursed Hollow, the most veteran map of competitive play. This is where it's all going to come down. It's going to be on the line right here, my friend. And Cognitive, Cloud9, Maelstrom, somebody said, why don't we just advance both these teams? I mean, I'd love to. That's just not how tournaments work.
Here's the thing that I learned about tournaments, and it's my favorite expression. After every round of a tournament, half the people get upset.
Half the people get upset. I would definitely put that in writing, my friend. So, yeah, let's get to it. Draft is ready to go. Teams have started, and we're going with Cloud9, Maelstrom, and Cognitive into Game 3 with a first pick, first ban. Maelstrom, what do we see, sir?
Well, we've got the first ban on Illidan. They don't want to deal with Illidan. And even though their Illidan was doing pretty well, they don't want to still deal against it. However, we're going to have the responding Abathur ban coming out there from Cognitive Gaming.
Yep, and Cloud9 Maelstrom saying, guess what? We're the first pick today. And I totally put that on the wrong side of the map. So sorry. That's not a Zeratul over there. We'll fix that in a moment. It's a Zeratul for Cloud9 Maelstrom. And, you know what? I'm just resetting it all. Screw it all.
All right, do it. Meanwhile, while we've got that Zeratul on Cloud9, which is going to go over to iDream, one of the best Zeratools. Ooh, excuse me. One of the best Zeratools NA. We're going to see Cognitive pick up the Lost Vikings and Sylvanas. And that is that powerhouse combo we were talking about the other game. When you have the Lost Vikings to be able to split everybody up into many different lanes, you get Sylvanas and a bunch of her friends push down one very solidifiedly. What is the word I'm looking for?
That's not a word.
Solidly. Solidly. Words. Oh, man. That last game ruined all my commentating ability. I'm out. I'm outsies. Sorry.
We've already spent it, and we still have many rounds to go tonight, my friend.
Yes, we do.
Brightwing is going to be the pickup here from Maelstrom. So I don't know what we're exactly going to see from Cognitive, but if it's going to be the same strategy as last time, yeah, we're going to need some global presence here from Maelstrom, and they're going to go with the Jaina on top of that as well. So Sylvanas Vikings is a super, super scary siege line, and now it's the time for Cognitive to ban.
Yeah, so let's see. They have the Jaina, Brightwing, Zeratul on one side. They could ban out. Oh, wow. Actually, probably a warrior. Maybe take out that Anubarak. That's a pretty good composition. Getting that Anubarak for the initiation would be really strong.
I'd go for the Mirrodin, to be honest. We see more and more Mirrodin these days.
I would actually probably put that sooner on Cloud9 to ban out the Mirrodin.
Really? You don't think they would run it first pick?
No. Lost Vikings would be able to mitigate that Thunderstrike at level 13 pretty well.
Okay.
And I don't think they're going to go for any melee heroes. So I don't think we're going to... Ooh, okay, Tassadar, man.
Going to be the repeat task ban, yeah.
Yeah.
Game number 1, I think, had the task ban, not game number 2.
Right.
But at the same time, like Cognitive Gaming, they've been loving Joanna, and since they're going to be the first picks up, there's almost no chance that they were going to be banning it. So what can Cloud9 Maelstrom do? Well, if they think they know what's coming, you're going to be looking at a counter ban there. It's likely not to be a support. It's likely to be either a warrior or a complementary DPS.
Yeah, I would probably have to say Mirrodin. As I was saying before, Mirrodin's a really good counter to Zeratul. You kind of lock up that Zeratul before he has the ability to blink out if you get that really good Stormbolt. And I think that's going to be their best pick here. However, it could also be Johanna.
Kael'thas is still on the table.
That's true. Kael'thas is there.
Kael'thas Sylvanas.
Yeah,
it's not going to be the song of fire and ice, but the fire and the dark can definitely dance.
That's true. That's true. But fire and dark, don't they counter each other out because fire creates?
You ever seen Game of Thrones?
Dark and... Oh, the Lord of Light versus the Lord of Darkness. All right, so that's what I was thinking.
They ran out of pool time? Nope. Okay, it is going to be a Joanna ban.
Yeah. Johanna ban is going to be a good one. I mean, God, everybody's been using Johanna so incredibly well. So Cognitive can still pick up that Mirrodin. That's going to be a nice pickup there.
Mirrodin and Kael'thas. Although if they do that, they're leaving their support to the very end. I was going to say they don't actually need to really worry about a support. Brightwing is on Cloud9 Maelstrom. They're not going to double support this, or they're very likely not to. But there's the Uther, and there's the Anubarak. This is a full-on push comp from Cognitive.
This is going to be a very, very scary. And even then, think about how it's going to go in terms of later on into the game. They've got those Lost Vikings who can just get straight on into the back line. They've got a new Barak who can do much the same. Sylvanas with the sustained damage and Wailing Arrow, they can melt somebody very quickly, or they can go for more of a sustained damage type. Actually, they kind of have both going on right now. Scary. Muradin is a pickup.
So okay. Muradin made it through the bans. We both said at one point that it should be a ban, and I really did think Cloud9 Maelstrom would actually take that as their favorite warrior. Did they actually get forced into that because of the new Barak pick? Not sure, but there it is on the table. So Brightwing, Muradin, who knows? We still need another ranged DPS, I think, here. Zagara has been picked more often than not to counter, or at least not specifically to counter the Vikings, but as a counter pick to the Vikings.
Ah, Kilthas. Finally joining the party.
It was either going to be him or Zagara, and wow!
Oh, I knew it.
Wow.
I knew it. I was sitting there. I was like, there was only one reason they picked up Uther in the mid, and that was because that could allow them to go into a Kerrigan later on. And I don't even know if that's accurate or not, but that's exactly what I thought. And seeing that Kerrigan, I was like,
Full on push with the double, triple stun early. Holy. This could be, this is going to go phenomenally well for Cognitive, or Cloud9 Maelstrom will once again show their grits and just shut down this strategy like they did in game number 1. Good options, I think.
Crazy. Yep. It's going to be a very good options. Very good options. But this is the thing that we always say about Kerrigan. She scales not so well into the late game. Look at the other side of the map. You got to kill Thas.
16. Going
to be like, it's going to be, you know, the late game can go on until infinity. The early game has an end.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
That happened.
Who will actually make it to the end of this epic foot race, because the road to BlizzCon is being trod. And so far, one of these teams is going to take that pit stop and resume in August. Will it be Maelstrom? Will it be Cognitive? Who will actually come out ahead of this? It's so neck and neck. Both these teams are fantastic. I wish both of them could go next weekend into the playoffs. But alas, that is not how tournaments work, Sham 2. So tell us, who is here on the left-hand side, sir?
On the left-hand side, currently in the ace match 1-1, it is Cloud9 Maelstrom. I Dream playing that Zeratul. We've got Biceps playing Kael'thas. K1 Pro on the Jaina, who has made Jaina into a person. In the meta.
What?
We've got King Caffeine. Well, K1 Pro was known for Jaina.
Okay.
King Caffeine, sorry. King Caffeine on the Muradin and Dunk Train on the Brightwing.
Flip side, though, the boys with the cogs on their logo. Iacona doing phenomenally well with that support. Glorong, Sylaw. It's going to be Shot and the Vikings into the top. And Hospital is going to be looking to defend bottom. So far, what we saw, well, last time, as we see King Caffeine actually just get blown up. But it's not quite the kill. What we saw in game number 2 of our last series on Cursed Hollow was a triple spread Vikings and a 4-man death ball. We're not doing that here.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to put all of Shot in one little barrel, which is going to be up in the top lane. And that's gonna be okay. You know what? I said this last time we saw the Lost Vikings. You don't have to split them up. You can keep them all together in one spot. Oh, actually going in here on Zeratul. Is he going to be able to blink out? Oh, the crowd control was just barely about to pop back up, but didn't happen, and he went down.
And
First
that is
takedown.
That's the triple stun that we were alluding to. The early game can be absolutely painful for anyone with an escape or not. If you don't have the beef, you are just going to drop, and you saw that as the first kill. Now, that does not really dictate a huge amount here. Zeratul was here. We had the rotation from King Caffeine. He's going to soak. It's not the end of the world. The experience difference isn't that much. What's bigger is that Hospital down here, I think, is getting controlled pretty handily.
Yeah, and look at this. We can see Jaina and Kael'thas immediately back up to the gate. That's map awareness, ladies and gentlemen. That is map awareness.
Where's that mid-gank crew? Don't know. Better go back to towers.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know where they were. You saw them possibly moving a little bit south. You play carefully. You play so carefully.
You're still there. But
Yeah.
they just move forward. They get their experience soak. They're basically waiting for Hospital to push in so they can farm from safety. And Hospital is not obliging because he wants, obviously, them to push in against him for the ganks. Since none of that is happening and the 2-minute mark is here, we are going to now just actually transition. Use these beetles from Silo and the damage from Glorong to farm out these mercenaries. That's going to be a good oomph to the push here on top of Hospital. And at the same time, you're going to see the first tribute, I should say, in the next 10 seconds.
And look, King Caffeine looks like he wants to go in here on Hospital. Can they land anything? No, the Stormbolt just barely misses. And he's going to allow Hospital to get away. And that map presence we were talking about before picks up those Siege Giants. They're going to start walking down. And yeah, Tribute going to come up very shortly.
So it's the latest Tribute possible. I believe 2:45 is the timer on that. It's either 2:15, 2:30, or 2:45. And it looks like the absolute latest it will spawn here. And
nope.
There it is. All right.
There we go. Yeah, 250 is the next one.
And it's going to be bottom. And that's good positioning here for Cognitive because they got this pressure already building. They were already down here. The Vikings are basically stuck. Well, at least one of them is stuck up top. The other one's mid. Where's the third? Bottom? Yeah, shot has actually spread out.
Just in anticipation of that, so he didn't have to start transferring things in a really weird way. Looks like that's going to go straight on over here to Cognitive and allow them to just pick up all these nice little lane experiences as well as a tribute. Cognitive taking a very, very nice early game.
Glorong and Silo are just putting themselves in position here for a gank on a rotation. Unfortunately, nobody's coming up for that rotation yet. So they are just going to be hanging out. They could actually start looking to go grab some of those giants. But at the same time, again, this is the strength of the Vikings. They are just able to split up, soak, and any prolonged fight at any of these tributes are just going to be money in the bank for them.
This bush over here is infested with not only bugs, but also Zergs. That is the worst bush ever. You don't want to walk
NA. Top is
Zerg and bugs. Ugh.
Top on Dunk Train, though. That's really starting to put damage there on top of the Olaf. There's not really a lot that Olaf can do about it. And here comes the big gank on top of K1 Pro bottom. But King Caffeine got the return stun on top of Silo, and they are not able to solidify any kills here.
That was really, really nice play there and positioning from K1 Pro to dodge the grasp as well as the spikes. Very, very well played.
All right, what's going on with the level 7 talent? So the next tribute is up. We're going to see some rotations coming through. This is not a bug build. This is Assault Scarab for the damage, probably just for, to soak up a little bit for those mercs, but it is Under King and Bed of Barbs.
Ooh. So he's going to be going, for the more standard Anubarak build, like the one that kind of existed before the Beatles.
Bed of Barbs, as far as I know, is not even standard before that. Isn't it the extended range?
That was level 1.
Oh,
Bed of Barbs is the level 7.
Shows you how much I get to see it these days. But Bed of Barbs, Silo's the only one that's run it today. Everybody else has either been Beetle builds or a mix, but he's the only one with Bed of Barbs. There goes the Jaina bottom, and we're still actually fighting over this tribute.
Yeah, King Caffeine, man, he can stay up all night and he can stay up fighting for this tribute. Unfortunately, he's gonna have to back up here as too many members here Cognitive. And now Cognitive, man, they're up to 2 tributes. One more, they get that awesome curse.
iDream did actually pick up the Baylog kill, and ooh, that blink is so good. They will actually see him. Silo and crew are likely to try to just chase him down. He's running for the hills. We got Dunk Train there. He's going to speed himself up, throw down that scouting drone, and it looks like iDream will live to see another day. And Dunk Train by himself has been pushing down phenomenally well. It's really the only reason we're still parity here with our experience.
Yeah, and actually, they pick up the Sylvanas. That's going to be a very nice pickup then. I have no idea. I was trying to look for where it was.
She's not bottom, and she wasn't mid, so I don't know where the Sylvanas died, but she died. We got some murking now going on, and level 10, actually, the race will go to Cloud9.
Yes, and that's going to be very nice, especially if the tribute starts spawning very quickly, because that's going to mean that Cognitive has to stay in these lanes for just a little bit longer, but ooh, some really nice plays there from Dunk Train to be able to get out of that. Very nice by using that blink heal to just give himself that little bit of gap. And that was very, very well played. That's going to keep him alive for a little bit longer.
Now, we did actually have a ping. King Caffeine went for the eye and actually did steal it out. But this is a do or die situation right here for Cloud9 because I don't think they can really afford to give up a curse this early for free.
Definitely not, especially not with the Sylvanas.
Not moving to it. They're not moving to it. Are they actually giving this up? Is King Caffeine supposed to be the big guy to stop this? Because he's not gonna, and that's gonna be a curse for Cognitive.
Yeah, and this is going to be really nice for them. Can they split up and start doing a good amount of stuff? They've got the Vikings. That makes the curse that much scarier because the Vikings can push all these lanes easily by themselves. And already with the pushing mechanic that all those creeps are going to have 1 health, that all the towers aren't going to shoot, that's already a pretty nice pushing mechanic, and Vikings make that all the better.
Now we do got iDream bot, and he's going to find Eric. And will this bomb actually reach? And it's... Nope, will not. Believe it or not, he's just going to get out of that one. Baylog, however, was the counter gank mid, though, from K1 Pro. Shot can only be in so many places at once. But still, at the same time, I mean, they're going to get this top fort. They're very likely to rotate for the mid, or they're going to go for this boss. They still got 25 seconds on the clock.
I think they have to go mid to defend off these bruisers. They don't really want to let them just start pushing down this lane while they have the curse. However, ooh. Looked like they wanted to go a little bit in on King Caffeine, but not going to happen here today. They're just going to be happy to clean up these bruisers. They've got their fort. It's a nice little advantage for them.
Baylog looks like he's going to be heading up top to hold down the fort, but I think Dunk Train will have that number there. Dunk Train, by the way, you know, he's been promoting. He has 3 activatables plus that blink heal now as well. And overall, that curse wasn't really that good for Cognitive. They got 1 fort out of it. They're still behind in experience.
Yeah, I don't even understand how they're still behind in experience, but they are. I would have to say it's because Shot has been having to play so far behind and so safe with his Vikings that he's actually not getting as much soak as you would expect him to. However, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of an engagement here. Dunk Train uses Cleanse to try and get out of this. Doesn't have too many things to really teleport to, and the Critter Wave is so close. Does use it at the last second. That's going to allow them to push mid, too.
Yep. Now, iDream, he's going to get shot bottom because he's just not paying attention. He's trying to micro out that Baylog. They lost Olaf mid as well, and that soak in those 2 lanes are now gone, Sham2. And that is why you see this continued experience deficit. iDream, I don't know why I said that, has just been absolutely murdering Viking after Viking. K1 Pro has been murdering Viking after Viking, and that has really added up to a lot of lost experience.
It really has. However, it's not that critical just yet. It's still 13 to 13. It's not something crazy like, I don't know, 13 to 16.
He sees this. Yep.
Ooh,
he's rallying the troops. Here they come. Big reinforcement wave. Olaf's there. He's going to find King Caffeine. This is not a dead boss by any means. Big shield on top of that Anubarak. Will keep him alive, but Hospital in the back has got caught by that K1 Pro. You see the... he's getting body blocked out of this as well. The Snowman doing so much good work. Anubarak is down. Zeratul is out of it. Here's the VP and the boat. Here comes the rest of everything with Jaina as well. And just death for breakfast. It is going to be the successful steal, I think, on top of this point.
Well, I don't know, actually. They're doing so much damage. Okay, there we go. Finally, they now are able to turn this around, and the Gustav Uther is not able to keep everybody alive. He's going to go down. All of them going to go down there. And that was scary, but a really great pickup here for Cloud9.
So many heroics, so much pressure to get that boss, but a 5 for 2, 7 for 2, even trade? Oh, and that boss is just going to really start taking this to town. That's going to be a level 16 to 14 advantage in the next few moments. And Dunk Train is basically in spot to be uncontested on the first tribute to the Cloud9 name.
All right, Cloud9 starting to get some tributes. That's great for them because they just also picked up a 5-person destructive team fight. So very, very good for them. They're sitting in a really nice spot here in this game 3. Let's not forget, this is for all the marbles here between these 2 teams. One of them is going to go down, and this is a very, very high-stakes game.
And Biceps hit 16 on the Kael'thas. That is the Flamethrower Ignite combo that we all just love, hate, depending if he's on your team. But, I mean, those Vikings, if they get stunned out of their boat, they are going to drop.
Man, and it's even more scary than that. He didn't even go with the other level 4 talent that helps that gravity lapse. No, he picked up Gather and Power.
He has to have max stacks after that fight.
Yep, he's got max stacks after that last fight. And he's going to be a absolute terror to Cognitive Gaming. They need to take him out in the next couple of fights or he's just going to destroy all of them.
have a little Viking butt, ladies and gentlemen, as Olaf is just dropped. Shot is holding down top and bottom, but there's a very angry boss down there as well. We do got the Stone Bros just throwing him around, but iDream's going to be making short work of that. iDream this round does actually have double bombs. We've seen quite a few different level 16 talents today from our Zeratools, but big push bottom, big push mid. Nobody's actually kind of countering out the top, but there's also no fear of a boat as long as that Viking shows himself.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good, strong point.
Eric
Is that
down.
you have to have all the Vikings together to get that boat. And oh, Eric.
The Goose of Uther.
Yeah, the Goose of Uther. Can he keep everybody alive? That's the question. He's already on his reindeer. He already represents Christmas. Oh wait, no, that was Sylvanas.
And there goes Balog.
Ooh, trying to go for it, but did not actually land. The stun on Dunk Train did use the blink heal to get away. iDream getting a little bit of harassment coming in here from Iacona, but they're still going to keep that vision ward.
And we do got some pings on top of these giants. 16 has been achieved for Cognitive, but they're looking a little sore at this point of the game. 18-16, triple blood for blood. Can that actually turn the tables in their favor? Can Shot get off a good boat? Can he stop losing out these solo Vikings? You got to start putting them together, my friend. But level 16 was achieved. Majority of the reason is because of that Viking soak.
Right, and the Viking soak, I mean, it's nice. It's keeping them in this fight. The only thing is, I don't know, like, the level 16 Blood for Bloods are going to be able to help them melt down King Caffeine, but still, he's got Avatar. As long as he waits and then pops Avatar afterwards, it's going to be a lot less help to steal.
All right, the Vikings are together. Not if iDream can make short work of Balog. The jump is just not enough. If a boat does emerge, it's going to just hit that less hard. And oh, iDream's so very close to getting out of that one. He will throw down the VP. We got the Phoenix out there as well, but Gloring, I think, can just sprint to safety on that one. But they didn't get that tribute. Or, well, they might still get that tribute.
It looks like there's still going to be a little bit of a fight here, and Dunk Train is actually pretty far removed here. King Caffeine now starting to get engaged upon. Sylvanas going to go down here for Cognitive, and now it looks like there could be also the Anubarak Silo does have to back up here. King Caffeine with a good amount on. Oh my god, the Flame Strike with a Knight gonna tear him down. Now Glarow gonna be taken out as well. Here comes Iacona. Is gonna have to run away, but I don't think he can do it. Biceps in short pursuit as well as King Caffeine. There's the Gravity left. There's the Flame Strike. Oh, the Ignite is just too much.
King Caffeine didn't go Thunderstrike? No, he went Spell Shield. All right, I thought the Thunderstrike would have been enough there, but he does have the Spell Shield. Some of you might be saying, like, why did the Vikings not boat? Shot waited way too long. Balog respawned, couldn't boat because Balog's back in base. So the Vikings dead in the water. Already, you can see big misplays with the Vikings have just added up over time. There was no boat that fight. It was a great kill on the Zeratul, but they couldn't keep Balog up, and then he respawned, denied the boat, and you just saw kind of the rest is history. Level 20-17, Sham 2. King Caffeine and iDream are here. They're going to look for another Viking takedown, but more importantly, the curse is here. One keep down. They're going for a sweep.
Yeah, they're going to look like they're going to be able to take out this mid keep as well. Oh, actually, for the time being, it looks like they're going to be able to push them back for now. But look at that Flame Strike with Ignite. Oh my god, Sylvanas gets melted yet again. Shot now with the boat raid, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. K1 Pro in the middle of everything and actually gonna stun out the Vikings as they get knocked out of their boat. There's another keep. And are they going to go for the third as well?
Hey, go for the hat trick. The curse has already just now expired, but it was already at half health. All those minion damages have just really started adding up. Another jump here from Shot, but like there's just not going to be the defense that they're looking for. Sylvanas is down. The man advantage is down. The level advantage isn't there. They'll find K1 Pro, and it looks like they're going to get a collapse on top of Dunk Train as well. Dunk probably should have just let it lie right there and and went home happy. But he didn't, and that's a lot of experience. And now map pressure that is back into the Cognitive pocket.
Yes, but can they actually do some crazy things with it? They're going to pick up this boss in the top, which is going to start pushing down that keep. That's at least a little bit of a beginning to their comeback. Meanwhile, it looks like Cloud9 not feeling comfortable to immediately start responding by picking up theirs. Instead, they're going to actually pick up these Siege Giants, which is going to put some really good pressure on the bot lane. They've already got catapults there. Why not have Siege Giants as well? That's going to be their good point here to contest. However, Hospital, please be careful. Don't start walking into places you don't know what's going on here. Silo, though, looks like they might... Oh, God, if they can pick up Biceps, this is going to be huge.
Well, they're not likely to get King Caffeine. There's the blink. Bicep will get to safety. We don't have a Dunk Train. We don't have a K1 Pro. They are still dead for combined about 5 seconds. But is this enough momentum for Cognitive to go for this boss? Because I think that's a very dangerous situation to be in.
Yeah, this is far too crazy. Even if they see the rest of Cloud9 going for this boss in the top lane, guess what? They've got all these things pushing absolutely all over. They've got these keeps down. They really don't have much of a choice here.
Not at all. Now you see this big boss into the top. It will get a little bit of damage, but you know, that's what I meant by, do they have the confidence, the momentum? They saw the big boss pushing top. They had a good opportunity to go grab the second one, but they just didn't have the confidence. They all kind of went back. They cleared out. In fact, there's still not even 5 right now. Hospital is still defending.
This is a beautiful play here by Cloud9. They just keep lagging them out by staggering out all of these mercenary camps. Because guess what? Any one of these mercenary camps could put way too much damage on the core if left alone. So they have to send somebody back. Guess what? Send somebody back. That means you only have 4 people out on the field. Have only 4 people, Cloud9's got 5. So that's always the decision making here.
iDream, I was going to say, if Hospital's going to go for this and iDream intercepts him, I think iDream could actually just global Hospital at this point. 20 is here and in favor of Cognitive. You see the Hardened Shield, the bolts, we got the redemption and the Ragnarok and roll. This is your time to redeem Cognitive. You need to put up this pressure. You need to win this next team fight, because if you don't, your core is sitting there naked and pretty.
And they can't lag out too long. They need to engage very soon. There is already the bruises pushing down in here. Glaurung taking a good amount of damage here. They look like they want to engage. Can they lag out iDream? That's the question. Oh, the Void Prison to disable it. That was really nice.
Invulnerability shield on top of the Kerrigan as well goes exactly to waste, and that is exactly what iDream wanted. Yeah, he got the Void Prison out of his system, but with no Divine Shield, Glaurung is just going to be big pickings here, and you see, they're heading back. Sylvanas is not going to be part of that party anymore. She needs to defend. Any kind of unmitigated damage going down is just irreversible at this point. And King Caffeine and crew, they don't care. They're going to go for it. They are just going to re-engage. Glaurung actually too far. No, sorry, the Zeratul too far. Glaurung is going to be, well, there he goes. But at the same time, Silence Arrow only hits the Dunk Train. The Ragnarok and roll is only hitting King Caffeine, and he is looking good with that Avatar, but maybe he's been a little bit too far forward. Dunk Train with that heal at the very end of it. All the Envenom is not going to stick. And by the end of it, 1-for-1 trade as the dust settles.
Yeah, and that's not exactly what they want right now. They need more than a 1-for-1 right now to start taking this game back in their favor. Ooh, that jump at the last second to dodge that Flame Strike. Very, very nice. The scary thing here is that it's just exactly that. They need a huge, huge win in order to start turning this map back in their favor. Look at how many force and keeps are up here for Cloud9 Maelstrom. And guess what? They've got nothing left. They've got that core. That's all they've got. However, that's the victory condition. Take out the core, you win. Until that core is dead, this game isn't over.
So do we go for the tribute? Do we keep dancing around the boss? Is there going to be a backdoor initiation? King Caffeine, he's going to show himself top. But there's nobody here to contest him yet. No, he's looking through the bushes saying, all right, nobody there. We are going to have Eric. And remember, there's no Thunderstrike here. King Caffeine, I don't think actually can global shot.
I don't think he can either.
Depends on how quickly the rewinds come out in that jump from shot. But, I mean, he showed himself. We got some Giants pushing down top, and all they got to do is just do what they did before. Leg him out, as you say.
Yeah, and they're doing a pretty good job of that. They're going to pick up some jungle camps over here, and it looks like that's going to allow Cloud9 Maelstrom to pick up this next tribute. Oh,
shot is still there.
Eric! Oh, he does use the jump.
Rewind,
Gonna keep running.
Nope.
Nope, no rewind. Good to not use that rewind there, because that would have been a huge cooldown to use.
Just for an Eric, yeah.
Yeah.
48,000 hero damage to boot for our Kael'thas. Absolutely ridiculous numbers.
The good thing, though, is that Hospital's on their side. I'm just looking at just that unstable poison and watching it. But, oh, man. Promote catapults.
We're going to have a pause here in just a moment. Yep, there it is. The pause is, I mean, you have to have a pause at this stage of the game. Absolutely. It's just way too risky to not have it. But Hospital is, as you said, he's been the all-star here for Cognitive. He's been on defense duty nearly 100% since we lost 3 of those keeps. And to date, 100% still remains on the core. We haven't even lost a team fight here either from Cognitive. They have traded out and they have gotten low, but so far they are playing a very good defense.
Did you see that little chat there?
If only he was ETC. Yeah. The
They
ETC
said
bot is
Cap
real.
TC, and Shot only immediately responded with, if only he was ETC. Of course, as we saw the last time an ETC bot came in and wrecked house. Oh, that was a good time.
King Caffeine, I think, even publicly admitted his defeat and retirement from the hot spro scene so that the team could run ETC bot. ETC bot
Anyway.
strong. All right, so I'm going to remove the game just in case. You never know with these, but a DC at this point of the game is very nerve-wracking. You need to be very much on point. All 3 keeps are down for Cognitive. We have 3 remaining for Cloud9. Any team wipe is anybody's game.
Yes, and it's not even have to be a team wipe now. It can be 3 people down on Cognitive, or maybe even less. Honestly, with 2 people down, promoted catapults, etc., that's going to be a game. This is why it's so scary, and why it's such a pivotal moment here for them to just start letting go of these tributes, letting go of these curses, because they have to. If they don't have that perfect engagement, they don't have that perfect fight. If they force a fight that they think is going to be bad, guess what? That's game. If they wait around, maybe they get that chance it's going to work.
Well, so far it's 2 tributes nil. And this is going to be the third or 4th curse of the game. I think it's the 3rd curse.
Yeah.
We had 1 already for Cog because they took the first. And then we had 1 and they swept all 3 keeps. Yeah. So this will be the 3rd curse of the game. And honestly, I mean, there's nothing really to stop Cloud and Maelstrom from just holding still at this point, making sure that nothing gets pushed in and just watching Cognitive just kind of scramble for the defense. They don't need to be aggressive until that 3rd tribute is in their pocket.
That's true. And that's exactly why they're also just kind of scooting around the map, just kind of waiting. Playing the waiting game.
Yeah,
it's been a little bit of game of footsies, just trying to see what's going on here. And they need to everybody's just kind of taking a pause. They're waiting for that perfect moment, waiting for one person on the other team to make that mistake. However,
King Caffeine
even though they're in
connection.
Oh, wow.
Is that recoverable?
Yeah, that's recoverable. He just needs that's what it says. Like it'll say has left the game and then has rejoined. But if you lag out for too long, then they just cut you from that. But once you rejoin into the lobby or rejoin into the client, it'll allow you to reconnect very easily.
Because I don't think Mirrodin bot can do nearly the same work as an ETC bot. I really don't.
You know what? You doubt.
I do doubt.
Mirrodin bot.
I do doubt. You're right. I've had bad experiences with Mirrodin bot. He thinks he knows what's up. He jumps in. He avatars for no reason. He walks all the way back to base. It's happened, man. It's happened.
I've had terrible experiences with ETC bots, but you know what? Maybe when your MMR is 18,000, like King Caffeine's, it just doesn't matter.
He's what, 45, 4,700?
He's
way up there.
Leagues ahead.
Yeah, leagues ahead. I'm pretty happy with my Hero League MMR. More or less, the estimate is about 4K. It's a little under 4K, so I'm pretty okay with that. But Mirrodin bot at this stage, I mean, it's game 3. Winner moves on. Loser has to come back in August. There's no double elimination here, my friend.
Yeah, there isn't.
It's nerve-wracking. And and there's only a 10-minute rule on pauses. I've done more than I care for 10-minute pauses. But if he can't come back in 10 minutes, we got to resume. And that's a Mirrodin bot. And
I'm trying to think of what we can do for 10
scary.
Minutes. 10 minutes.
That's more like 7 minutes by now.
Oh, man, my allergies just started kicking up out of nowhere. Oof. Okay, sorry. Yeah, well, 7 minutes is very, very... That's a good amount of time to get back into the game. Unfortunately, that's normally because of the... when you reconnect, you have to kind of replay the whole entire game.
And it's been 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good amount of time. It's like trying to fast forward to a replay through a certain time. And unfortunately, that's just a function that's still been being worked on. I believe they said that they're working on that.
It's a 21-minute game. To try to kind of fast forward through that, that's going to take 7 minutes.
Probably. It's not going to be easy.
We know what King Caffeine's going to be doing. he can get back into this one. I hope somebody took a timestamp of the pause cut. So let's talk about Cognitive. Level 16, they got the triple blood for blood. And then level 20, both the Redemption, the Hardened Shield on the Anubarak has just done absolutely wonders. This isn't a Beetle build Anubarak either. But since that level 16 spike, they came late to it, and then they came late to level 20. There's been significantly less depth since they hit their stride, more or less.
It's still 14-7, though. So that's really kind of just foretelling of how this game has been going, especially with 5 forts to 0. Mm-hmm. So the real question here is, I guess, they have less deaths because, it's what I was saying before. They're just trying to play as safe and as carefully as they possibly can. Unfortunately, that's really just starting to let them lag out against Cloud9 Maelstrom, because if they wait out for too long, Cloud9 Maelstrom's going to be able to push all of these lanes pretty easily. They're going to start chipping away at that core damage. Cloud9 Maelstrom will find a semi-good position to actually take an advantage of. Whereas, really, if you look at Cognitive Gaming, they need a perfect situation for them to arise, whereas Cloud9 Maelstrom needs to look for like a slightly good one.
So we did actually have a reconnect message from King Caffeine. He is, I probably just kind of fast-forwarding at this point. Hopefully, he will be able to make this work. But, I mean, you're right. The points you say are pretty valid out of this. How many times have we actually seen Shrink Ray actually go off from our Uther? Because he has a Shrink Ray, and I can't really think of too many times I've seen it.
I think a couple of times, actually. I think it's gone down on Muradin, actually, once or twice.
For the kill? Or the last
Not for the kill, just to like, slow him down.
Like, the big target, obviously, is Zeratul, right?
Yeah.
He has the seasoned marksman. He's hitting like a truck. Focus attack, follow through, rewind. I mean, he just hits everything. It's just ridiculous damage. And that's why this build has become so popular. But at the same time, I was thinking, did he take it for the boat, for the Vikings? Well, of course, they're on the same team. So that is out the window. But you can actually, it's one of the only things you can do to a Viking boat. You can't maw it. You can't stun it. You can VP it, but that doesn't really hurt it. But you also can Shrink Ray it.
Oh, King Caffeine's back.
Excellent.
Excellent.
We had our faith in the Murky Gods, and the Murky Gods were kind.
For once.
For once.
Murky gods are very fickle.
Very fickle.
They will decide to ruin you at a moment's notice.
Slime upon
but
slime, man.
They do leave games to be exciting.
All right. So the teams talked a little bit about where they live, so I'm trying to let that just move off of the chat before we come back to this. Thank you, sir. That's definitely helping. And we should be resuming here momentarily. I'm just looking for a countdown, and we will jump. All right, counting down. You're good. We're good. And this will resume game number 3, Cognitive and Cloud9 Maelstrom. Thank goodness King Caffeine can come back into this one, because that would be the absolute worst if they actually ended up losing because of a disconnect.
Right? That would be drama central.
Llama Central, yeah.
Trauma Llama Central. And Carl the Llama isn't even playing in this game, but for some strange reason, a llama comes up and I think of his name. Anyway, Promoted Catapults pushing on down in the mid lane. Oh, Promote just ran out. That's really sad.
It is not permanent anymore.
It's not. 30 seconds.
30 seconds, sir. 30 seconds. I have the APM up for some strange reason. Everybody's fluctuating. If they're in a fight, jumps up to almost 600 APM. If they're not in a fight, like 100. Gotta rest them tendons, yo. But we had a little bit of engage at those bruisers. Bruisers were successfully taken from Cloud9. And this is what you keep saying, leg them out. It's just continuous pressure elsewhere. Hospital has been working overtime with that Sylvanas passive. And this is the moneymaker right here, Sham2. King Caffeine is going for the curse, and it does not look like we're in position to stop it.
Yeah, I don't think they have any position at all to really stop this. However, this is a good time for this. Look at how much they have all these lanes pushed out. But still, they got to come back. They got to defend that top lane. They got to start defending what could possibly be another boss going down here. Ooh, actually,
2 bosses up.
2 bosses up. Yeah, they've got a lot to really have to worry about here.
It is a scary amount to worry about because a naked core and the time is at 22 minutes. This could do serious damage up against that core.
They know it. They know what's going on. They have to make their move down here, and it looks like Cloud9 also knows that they know that they know, so they know that they know that they know that they know, so they all back up.
And I know that you know all that stuff is just kept straight in your head, so congratulations to that. But yeah, they posture, and they faint, and now we're just going right back to it, and it's just like, it's hard. You have to continually defend out these lanes, and they're just going to ebb and flow. Can we actually DPS down this boss in time. They can't, and the scouting drones are just amazing right now. The perfect early warning system here.
Oh man, and look at this. Just
well,
the lanes keep pushing in.
Yep.
The curse is back up. However, it doesn't matter. I mean, they still have all these catapults pushing in all these lanes. It's just not going to be as severe as it just was. But look at this. All 3 lanes now are starting to hit the core. And they've got to back... Oh, but actually, Cloud9 still has to back up here.
Well, we found a stone on King Caffeine, but it's not the best target to try to jump on top of. Glorong did actually attempt a throw at iDream. Why is there a fort still in this bottom lane? And why did a Nubarak just die?
Oh man, that's going to be a pretty big loss here if they lose that Anubarak. And look, Cloud9 already starting to move on in here. They look like they want to make a fight.
iDream is going to wormhole back out of though, and they're trying to get that boat out of shot, and they're going to need to do it very quickly because already Glorong, he just bolted to safety and into the back. Oh my goodness, can they actually bring down Bicep? The shot not going to go for it. He won't. iDream will clean up Sylvanas, and now K1 Pro, he's going to be on the retreat here as well. Where is the boat? Shot finally throwing it out, but he cannot find those squishies, and now Glorong is still dealing with iDream. Iacona is back there as well, but it's been a 2-for-0 trade, and King Caffeine does not care for your boat whatsoever. Shot. This is disastrous for Cognitive.
The Flame Strike gonna hit shot as well. There's not that many more cooldowns that he can use, and oh no, it looks like Kerrigan gonna go down as well. There's the GG. Well played. Iacona gets melted. The Goose of Uther can't save anybody now. He's got redemption, but he's not gonna be able to do that much.
The catapults have been real. All this time during the fight, the curse had absolutely pushed in, and now King Caffeine is going to go in for the kill. Uther is down after the redemption. The Vikings are out. Nubarak is just playing around in the fountain, and a little bit of a delayed win. But Cloud9 Maelstrom are going to be moving on to your finals next weekend for the road to BlizzCon North America's June 2015.
Taking a really confident 2-1 victory. Oh my God, what a series.
Scary there for a little bit. Cognitive was really coming into their prime at the end of that, but wow. What a finish. Just absolutely bungled the initiation at the end of it there. And Cognitive, we're going to see you in August, guys. So it's not quite the end of it for them. They will have more chances to qualify for the regionals, but today they are done. And Maelstrom has got to be just a sigh of relief.
Yeah, especially as soon as Caffeine went down. Oh man, as soon as he disconnected, it was just like, everybody hold your breath. Nobody
they held it for 7 minutes.
Yeah. So that was absolutely crazy. But looks like Cloud9 still going to walk on through to the next round, and that's so good for them. That was a crazy game. Getting all 3 keeps down, but still, it was looking like there could have been a comeback from Cognitive.
Man, the curse just absolutely did wonders on all the lanes. 3 sets of catapults is ridiculously hard to defend against. It's almost the death now. I mean, we have seen miracles, Sham, too. Me and you, we've seen it, but it just was not meant to be today.
Yeah, unfortunately, not going to happen today. However, now we've got to move on back to the second of the tournament and go back to, I don't even know what match we're going to go into next, but
no clue.